You did a great job. You did a really good job.
Yeah, appreciate it.
First year, was there a big learning curve as a high school coach?
Yeah, but not so much the football, more so just all that came with it. You know?
Yeah.
Working around, I haven't been where the classroom was a part of any of the football for a long time, so
yeah,
that took a little while, getting used to just the whole school schedule, the school flow, organizing buses and pregame meals and all those things, right, that I did as a player. I just showed up for all that time. I remember it with my dad doing it, but it had been a long time, so that was kind of I felt like I was learning and growing every day, which was fun. It made it a challenge. It wasn't just, kick your feet back and go. It was good. We got to paint the fields. We got to mow the grass. All that stuff, which I love.
Oh, sure.
Which I really loved with a small staff and a small school.
Uh-huh.
But you didn't think of that. I didn't think of that.
Yeah.
It's been good.
All right. 3. We're here with the great Philip Rivers, former North Carolina State Wolfpack, former NFL star quarterback. Now, Philip, an Alabama Sports Hall of Fame member. How does that feel?
It feels awesome. I think it's not necessarily something you grow up thinking about, being in the Alabama Sports Hall of Fame. Certainly not because of a lack of how awesome it is. Just it's not something you think about. And then you get that call and you go, wow. And then you see who's going in with you and you go, man, this is great. And then you see who's in it and you go, that's some great company. So just certainly an honor, humbling, thankful. I mean, at first comes to mind is, I go back to those days of being water boy and ball boy and quarterback at Athens High School, Decatur and then Athens High School, and then think about the journey since then and how many people are a part of it, coaches, players, family. Pretty awesome and thankful for a heck of a run thus far.
Now the story goes, Auburn and Alabama didn't think you projected well as a starting quarterback, so you went off to NC State. And how much satisfaction did you get of proving folks back here wrong?
Well, it's interesting because Auburn recruited me from day one, but they were a little bit on the fence on the quarterback thing. Same year as Jason Campbell, which, they had an undefeated season with him at Auburn. He went on to have a great NFL career. So I don't know that I could have helped him win any more games at playing at tight end. But Alabama didn't take one that year. But, there was a little bit of, kind of feeling like, you had to go somewhere else. Now, NC State was the first offer, and there was something special about them. So I don't want to say I had to settle for NC State by any means, but certainly knew that you're going to have to branch out a little bit if you want to play quarterback. And so it's awesome, though. I end up playing for Noah Mazzoni, who was the coordinator at Auburn when I came out of high school. He was my offensive coordinator at NC State my senior year, so that was awesome connection. I still have run into in the past few years with Coach Tuberville and some of these guys that were part of that whole recruiting process, and we laugh about it now, but it was certainly a story that's been told many times.
How cool is it that your kids can look you up on YouTube, see some mic'd up segments, and Dad doesn't have to be bleeped out? Yeah,
no, it is. And believe me, they've seen about every highlight, every mic'd up there is and throw. I have 2 sons. I have 7 daughters. They're into it somewhat. Yeah. But the 2 boys now that are 10 and 14, they're all into it, and they almost know the games as good as I know them. Dad, you remember when you played such and such and such and such? So it's pretty cool to be able to have that and to go back and pull up when you want it. And there are times when I still go, you know what, Dad didn't act great right there. I could have handled myself a little better, but I am proud of the fact that that they can watch it and hopefully have that good example of using appropriate language at all times.
The 3 great quarterbacks they talk about in your class, Eli Manning, you, Ben Roethlisberger, all had great careers. You threw for 63,000 yards. I mean, how much pride do you take in consistency of performance and putting up good numbers year after year after year after year?
Yeah, I do think to play a long time, you have to be consistent. I think that's, some of it is being, blessed and thankful with being healthy enough to be out there. But you got to be out there. You got to be available, and then you got to play consistent enough for them to want to keep you around. And so I was able to do that. Certainly, you mentioned our class, and what a awesome class. You mentioned those other 2 guys, and Ben and Eli, and what a great job they did of finding their way to get to the top of the mountain. They were both able to do it a couple times. Something that I was unable to help our team get there to the very top and hold that trophy up at the end. But we had, even me and LaDainian and Gates, we always talked about, and not that, there's no, they say you either won it all or you didn't, but we had a lot of championship moments. We had a lot of championship moments, both in games and seasons, and we just never quite got it done. But certainly, and I said this forever as a player, that I wasn't going to be a less happy person at 50 years old if we didn't win it. Mm-hmm. And so I'm not quite 50 yet, but I'm approaching it. And I can say confidently I'm not going to be any less happy because we didn't win it. Shoot, do I wish we did? Yeah. But it was a lot of championship moments with a lot of awesome teammates and coaches.
Phillip Rivers, welcome to the Hall of Fame.
Thank you.